can't just leave like this, Thassa. What am I gonna say to Raymond? You know how he is. Yeah, I know how he is. Inflexible. Exactly. We're breaking one of his rules just by being outside the house after curfew. What is so important that you have to run out now in the middle of the night without even telling Raymond why? He's distraught. You can see it on his face, hear it in his voice. He used to be lost without you. All of these are the truths. I like the revenge. I can't I can't give you help like that anymore. I'm on a good path now, Thassa. I can't afford to mess that up. Look, whatever's going on, I can tell you one thing. Raymond will not approve. I'll deal with that when I get back. I won't be gone long. 2, 3 days tops. Raymond doesn't approve of anything but the life of a wage slave. See you in a couple of days. You remember the look on Duncan's face as you walked away. The events that followed were a blur, one that you don't care to remember. 3 days later, you were behind bars in a private corporate prison. No interrogation, no charges, no appeal. Years later, some corporation bought some other corporation, and the new board of directors pushed through some sort of reform agenda, and higher ups gave an order. And then you were out, with a few hundred win to your name, and one scary as hell non disclosure agreement ensuring your silence. Not that it mattered to you anymore. You were starting fresh, determined. Until Raymond tracked you down, left you that voicemail, brought you back to Hong Kong, and back together with Duncan Wu. You realize that Wu's been staring at you. Now let's hear it. Where the hell have you been all this time? Why didn't you contact me? At least tell me you were alive. You're pissed that I didn't contact you? I was locked up, Duncan, for years. You're a cop. Why didn't you go looking for me? You think I didn't? I tried everything. You were completely off the grid. And now I understand why. Locked up, huh? Shit. A range of emotions play across Wu's face. He stares at the ground for some time before finally looking back at you with a heavy sigh. Oh, I really don't know how to process that one right now. I I don't know. If we're still alive tomorrow, we can talk more. This shit is too much. We're marooned on this island, hunted by the cops. My partner is dead. Raymond is missing, and we're about to go see a crime lord about erasing our goddamn identities. And as a bonus, our only allies are a pair of tiny criminals who would kill us if they so could, so they didn't have to deal with this. He rubs his head viciously. Listen, Thassa, back in the Barrens, whenever I was out of control, you just handled the situation, remember? With Carter gone, I'm just a raw nerve. I'm afraid I'm gonna slip back and people are gonna start getting hurt again. Got the lead, Duncan, just like I used to. He stares at you hard like he's trying to see something inside your head. He then checks his weapon, cocks and locks, back to business. Good. Let's go meet that triad woman and get our damn sins burned. I want to rip off the bandage as fast as I can. Nice. EO, a makeshift boat city latched onto the Kai-Tak riverfront like a parasite. Behind you. Some shit that I wasn't able to read in time. The thug looks at you dead-faced, despite his streaked clothes. He wears a high-tech earpiece. The entrance to the walled city is closed to foreigners. Okay. That's close enough, friend. The club is members and invites only. I suggest you just move along. Come on, man. My friends are already inside. Can I just go look around for a second? No. You won't let me in. You won't let me in. Sucks to be me. They won't let me in. Nothing else around there. Massive steel security doors set into a bunker-like concrete wall. There is no sign or identification of what this place is. A battered intercom is encased in a cage of welded steel and armor glass. Grainy letters are barely readable on the screen. Chrome Alley, medical services and mechanical repair. Premises protected by deadly weapons and infectious diseases. There's a crackle of static and then a brusque voice answers. What do you want? The voice is Cantonese is precise, but the accent sounds American. Knock knock, I need some medicine. Ha ha, very funny. Listen, lady, I don't know you and I don't like people I don't know. What are you doing here? Who sent you? I'm doing a job for Kindly. Job for Kindly, huh? You and every other hood in the Kong. Come back if you get some wheels around here. Otherwise, fuck off. There's a burst of static and the intercom goes dead. You again? I thought I told you to fuck off. I'm one of Kindly's people. Really? Huh. I'll just check on that. And fucked off. I'm friends with Isabel and Gobbet. Yeah? Those two drag some real prizes out of the river. You get Nightjar to vouch for you, I'll consider giving you the time of day. Got it? Nightjar is dead. Crying shame if that's true. And I saw that one coming. So you just washed up with Isabel and Gobbet, huh? You know what that tells me? You're here too today, and you'll be gone tomorrow. I'll keep my distance. Forget it, I'm going. Not sure where I'm supposed to go from here. Just off the docks, you spot a sea-worn man with a smile that's almost too wide for his head. His teeth shine white against the thick black bush of his beard. His clothes are a myriad of colors, patterns, and fabrics, a smattering of cultures draped across its body. Drop across his body. If there's anything he's clearly advertising, it's the extent of his travels. You see something you like? His voice is coarse, like steel wool on your eardrums. Come and get it, 'cause now's your last chance. Everything is on sale. Won't find prices like these anywhere else, my friend. These goods of yours look like they've changed hands a few times. You selling stolen merchandise? Eh, I take what I can get. Sometimes I find things, sometimes I take things, and sometimes I play the game. Invest a little, and make a little something more in return. Hmm, I get it. And why, do you ask? You judging a perfectly respectable businessman such as myself in these harsh times? Never been in this business, I can see it. You've no right to fault me. Hey, I get it. You gotta do what you gotta do. That's right, and I get by. Thankfully, I've got no family to feed, just some crewmates, so I keep myself afloat, even making a little extra to enjoy life's finer things like traveling. Anyway, I'm nearly stocked up. Just a few more trades and a few more sales, and I'll be on my way to Macau. This is your last chance to buy any of my wares before I set sail. So have a look. Take your time. How much money do I have? Hmm. Alright, well, we bought some stuff. That's nice. You can feel every eye in the room as you cross the mahjong parlor to the middle-aged woman sitting patiently at its end. The click-clack of ivory-colored tiles stop. Hands stray beneath tables into jacket pockets behind backs. The woman has the face of a prison guard and the demeanor of an inmate. Her salt and pepper hair is pulled into an iron-hard bun, and beneath it, two shiny black eyes offer nothing. Buttons sewn on a doll. A nearly empty bottle of something foul rests on her mahjong table, nestled between a pair of dirty shot glasses. Tiny puddles of brown linger at their bottoms. Albert and Isabel stand on the other side of the table, heads lowered, shoulders slumped, hands clasped. They risk a frightened glance at you as you approach. Kenley Shing's voice is nasal and rusty mean. My pair of fuck-ups here have told me about all of what happened on the docks. How two of my best runners had their heads put out. How you need protection, and how you need to get your identities right before you get your heads put out too. Potentially leading the heat to my front door, placing me and everyone in my employ in danger. So wise. So very, very wise. We're sorry, Auntie, we thought. You mustn't speak until you are spoken to, Gobbet dear. And since you are one short hair away from being dumped in the river chained to Isabel's corpse, I suggest you let your new friends here do the talking for a while. Does that make sense to you, dear? Yes, Auntie. Very good. You learn so quickly. Now, my darlings, I understand from a little rat shit that here that you came from Seattle to meet with my client, Mr. Black. But before you could find him, the HKPF started splattering gray matter everywhere and everything went to shit. And now you need your sins burned so that you can disappear before you end up dead too. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. Very good. Why don't we start with you telling me who you are? Call me Mew. Oh, you've already chosen a street name. How prescient of you. Mew, that's a good name. Has real character. Now, what's your real name? I mean, you do want me to erase your identities, don't you, dear? I need to know who you are first. Thassa. I'm a Deca. She rests her chins on a liver-spotted hand. Ah, like little Isabel here. Can't imagine traveling the Matrix. And how did you become a Decker? Picked it up young. I've been in the cooler for a few. Still can't believe it. Kindly Shing whips her head towards Wu, a nasty retort already on her lips, but then she stops. Sticks out her lower lip as she sizes him up. She turns to her lieutenant standing behind her, nodding her approval. Looks like the gun show's in town. What's your name, gun show? Duncan Wu. I'm a cop. Lone Star. I hear there were some fresh corpses found on the docks tonight. Smugglers, I believe. Didn't sound like the Hong Kong police when I heard about it. You're doing, Duncan Wu? I identified myself as Lone Star, but they wouldn't stand down. They had weapons. It was self-defense. I don't care, sweetie. They weren't my people. But now I know you're a life taker, Mr. Gunshow. You and your friend here. But now I'm curious. Why were you meeting Raymond Black on the docks tonight? Raymond Black is our foster father. That makes her pause. Shing lifts her bottle of swill and eyes the label, connecting the dots in her own head. Interesting. Sorry, kids, but he was looking like shit when I saw him. Eyes half open, dark circles around them, dragging his feet, the whole bit. Your foster daddy was in a bad place. Tell us everything you know about him. Kindly Shing rests her eyes on you for a long time. You can feel the room filling with uncertainty and anticipation. Perhaps you misunderstood our relationship, Miss Oracle. You don't interview me. I interview you. But I will indulge this one question, since poor Duncan Wu here looks so worried. From what he said, it sounded like he was having nightmares. He would stop in the middle of a sentence, mutter something to himself. One time it was about the walls breathing or something. Another time it was about teeth. Thousands of teeth. I remember him drifting off near the end of our meeting. It looked like he was off somewhere else in his head. He said, I left prosperity in there. Then Nightjar put his hand on Mr. Black's shoulder, asked him why he wanted to go into the walled city so badly. That seemed to bring him back. When your old man opened his eyes, they were full of tears. Then he muttered something else I couldn't make out. Your daddy got real irritating after a while. How do you leave prosperity? Do you think prosperity could be a person? I have no fucking clue. Alright, let's get to it. You two need your sins burned, and you need them burned fast. Hong Kong dragnets are bad news. When they roll in force. Armored personal carriers, heavy armor, heavy weapons, sorcerers, the whole thing. And they aren't coming to arrest you. She folds her arms around her chest, across her chest. The thin cigar bobs in her mouth as she speaks. The good news is I can help you. With a wave of my hand, I can have your sins disappear. What you need to understand, my darlings, is that what you're asking for is not a simple request. Burning a sin isn't just deleting a number. It's wiping all references to that number from all the world's largest databases. It's masking your mugshot in their facial recognition database so that the first camera you walk past doesn't bring them down on you like a ton of bricks. It's covering our fucking tracks so that the act of burning your sin doesn't lead them right to us. It requires contacts in numerous corporations and the UCAS government. It requires someone like me. Therefore, I need to make a choice. She takes another drag on her cigar and gently places her palm flat on the table. Do I kill you and dispose of your bodies before the cops come looking for you, or do I help you burn your sins? You may want to think about your rep as a fixer. 2 of your runners have been taken down by the cops and you have no idea why. So clever. So clever. Yes, I have been placed in a delicate situation, haven't I? Regardless, that's the situation whether you're alive or you're sucking dirt. She stares at you for a long moment, chin still on hand, thinking, taps her ash on the floor without taking her eyes off you. You live. You're clever and I like that. I'll put your sins to the torch. However, I'll need to call in several valuable favors within my network to do it. And those favors do not come cheap. You will owe me. Whatever you say, Auntie. Don't roll over so easily, my darling. People will think you're an ass kisser. It's unbecoming. I want you to deliver a message for me to a business associate in the walled city. The Yellow Lotus has a strong presence inside. Thassa. Isabel and the Yellow Lotus has a strong presence inside Thassa. Isabel can tell you all about it, can't you, dear? Isabel grew up in the walled city. They collect taxes for corporations, extort protection money from shopkeepers, run drugs, guns, and people. They hurt people. We do those things, yes, but to be fair, we also operate the walled city's black market. You may not be alive today if it weren't for the lifeline that we provide. There is a red pole, a sort of enforcer, yes, on the inside. His name is Strangler Bow. Bow was a strong man, a good soldier, but he has forgotten his place. I need you to remind him. Let me guess, by remind him you mean put a bullet in his head. No, if I wanted him dead, I would have said so. Don't jump to conclusions, you aren't any good at it. This is a message for Bao. You will deliver it to him in my name, then return to me. Remember, Mew, Bao's men are my men. By right, they should all be serving me. I'd prefer if you did this quietly and without killing them. I have no use for dead soldiers. One of you will go with these 2 Westerners to the walled city. Help them locate Bao and show them the ropes. The other will remain here with me. I have several menial and degrading tasks that need doing around the establishment. No matter who goes or who stays, you'll both pay for bringing an APB to my doorstep. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Now I'm gonna find out who ordered the hit on Nightjar and do some dentistry on him with power tools. That boy was my favorite. He sang to me sometimes. That other one, I don't care about. Gutshot was an asshole. That'll be all, my darlings. Return to me when you are done. One last question, Auntie? Why not? Apparently I'm feeling generous today. What do you think happened to Raymond and got your Shadowrunners killed? I don't know. Auntie Chang said you'd be coming. You can pass. I'm like, oh, I've got 10. Cool. Foul, oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. Raymond said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set one foot in this place? Who knows? You have to be insane to travel to walled city. As I think we said, it's the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Maybe the worst one in the world. Can't believe I grew up here. Sorry to have to drag you back. I'm sorry, Isabel. I just thought that you were the better teammate. You could have brought Gobbet instead. I would have been cool with that. She peers up at the catwalks and sky bridges that connect the rotting, tenant, sagging architecture. Frowning, she points to a spot in the distance. There was a market over there when I was a kid. Might not be a bad place to start. I thought you knew where to find Stringler Bow. I do. We need to get into the Lotus Den. That's what Bao calls the little island of control that he's carved out for himself here. It's a stupid name, but it's stuck. He'll have guards posted at every entrance, but we might be able to find a way around them through the market. That's what Kindly would prefer. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you got a bullet in your head. I mean, we could kill them if you really wanted to. Technically, Bao is the only one that has to live, but I'd rather keep Auntie Shang happy than piss her off again. This group's safety is my biggest concern. We don't need to risk our necks for a bunch of triad thugs. I like the way you think. I want out of this place as fast as possible. Damn right, let's do this. A young woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks and splatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mat her hair. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder, you'd make her out as a student. She's as out of place here as a librarian would be in a game of urban brawl. She struggles to move, but she's clearly exhausted. The dark circles under her eyes tell you that she hasn't slept in days. When the woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip into her jacket pocket, but as she studies your faces, the fear in her eyes gives way to curiosity. You guys don't look like you're from around here. A hacking cough shakes her, but her eyes remain fixed on you. You either. Who are you? I'm a student in HKU. She glances around watchfully, over your shoulder at the buildings looming above her and into the windows nearby. Doing some research. Gotta finish before I can leave. What kind of research? Field work. I've been taking readings and gathering stories for my master's thesis on Feng Shui in the Sixth World. What is Feng Shui? Why is that blocked out? What does Feng Shui have to do with the slum? Everything, I think. Absolutely everything. Rich people hire geomancers to design the interiors of their home to attune them to just right to achieve balance and harmony. The poor have nothing like that. Leave a slum to fester long enough and you get this. I think that the negative feng shui of places like this affects the people who live here. that it changes them in a fundamental way, makes them less capable of breaking the cycle and getting out. That's what I'm trying to prove. Before the awakening, people thought of Feng Shui as a philosophical system. Now in the sixth world, it's more than that. It's actually a form of magic. The whole thing revolves around Qi, the invisible life energy that binds every person and thing together. It's very real here in Hong Kong. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's only real because people believe that it is. The important thing is it's measurable, quantifiable phenomenon. There's an entire industry that's grown up around it. So how's the key in this place? It's wrong, all wrong. The feng shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, look at the place. You can feel it, right? I felt that something was wrong the minute I walked in. Bad key, huh? Key needs to flow. Positive feng shui allows that to happen. If key gets pent up and trapped, it goes sour. That's what's happening here. The woman clears her throat, then lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. You know, I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running well, I guess you'd call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing conclusive, just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into hardcore data gathering mode. There are only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, I could get out of here. Please, follow the notes on this sheet. Just say what you need us to do. I need you to make adjustments to the area's feng shui. My notes will tell you how. The goal is to remove sources of friction and to record the results. My hypothesis is that even small adjustments can have a measurable impact on key flow. If I'm right, it should improve, and life here should get just a little bit better. You rest. I'll take care of it. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? No. Okay. Show me what you're selling. What's been going on around here? I heard Stringler Bow is making a move. Stringler's men are getting reckless. Too dangerous to do business in the old market now. I had to move shop. Old market is deeper inside the walled city, right? So isn't being out here on the edge kind of a step up? See you around. Cool. That was easy. The air above the bloody rag shimmers slowly. Something close to a man shape coalesces into being. A soft voice echoes from deep inside as if it began somewhere else. What is this? Where am I? You shed your body. You're a spirit now. Spirit, I am. How? What was the last thing you remember? The last thing? I was pushed out of my shop, hunted through alleys, Bao and his men. I wouldn't pay them, wouldn't escape their protection. Proud, I was too proud. They tore me apart, butchered me like a duck. They... Maybe you can help us. Help? I can... I had a friend, a smuggler of animals. He had a space, hidden, secret. Yes, Spirit, tell me about the secret space. And entrance in the sublevels, a shoot, a door, red paint, numbers, all these numbers. Thank you, Spirit. Well, that was cool. Nothing else around here. You're in the wrong neighborhood, tourist girl. You and all your little tourist friends. I'm a local. I work for Kindly Shang. Show some respect. That's so. Then you already know that you shouldn't be here. That fossil doesn't run things around here anymore. Best get moving, little girl. Best move before we hurt you all real bad. I'm not gonna tell you twice. We're here to deliver a message to Strangler Bow. No, I don't think so. We haven't been told to expect anyone. Look, this is a message directly from Kindly Shang to Stranger Bow. They're both above your station. You want to stand in the way of that? I sure as hell wouldn't. This is a trick. You're just trying to get close to Bow so you can put a bullet in him. No, man. We don't do wet work. No, I don't think so. You don't get near Strangler Bow. And don't you try anything don't talk to us again either, understand? Try to pass my boys and we'll punch holes in you until the daylight shines through. or walking in there. It's gonna be either past you or over you. Your choice. Woman, you don't listen, do you? Now I'm gonna have to get my clothes all bloody. Uh-oh, guys, his clothes are gonna get bloody. Little bitch. Man, y'all suck at this. Except for you. That is a problem. Your elemental's not really. Your elemental is literally running away from you. Ooh, that's not good. Great timing. What are my paths? The SimSense machine has been left unlocked for restocking. There's a packaged data chip still in the tray. Strangler Bowels code. $63.78.